Hello, Bob the Canadian.
Hi,
Hello.
Caddy. How are you?
Good. And you?
I am doing really well. It's a Friday morning. I'm done my live stream. I have a few things to do this afternoon, but it looks like it's going to be a good day.
And what is the weather like now there? You are in Canada, right?
Yeah, so I'm in Ontario, Canada. It's very warm still, but it's been raining a lot lately. It's been raining too much, actually. I wish it would stop raining. About 2 weeks ago in my videos, I was saying, oh, it's very dry here. The grass is turning brown. I hope it rains. And then my wish came true, but now it's time for the rain to stop. So hopefully today, um, yeah, we'll
But,
see.
but is it like normal that is being so rainy? It's normal or is not usual?
Yeah, so normally the month of July is very hot and dry
Mhm.
in our area of Canada. And then August, it's usually warm during the day, cooler at night, and it does start to rain a little bit more. And then into the fall, it does rain a bit more. So it's not too abnormal. It is a little strange that it's so hot during the day still. It's usually a little cooler, but yeah, it's fairly normal weather for right now. Yeah.
Good. Well, I think it's fair enough with the small talk. Let's go into, the most important part. First of
Sounds
all,
good.
it's an honor. It's an honor to have you here. You
Thank
know,
you.
yeah, I'm going to speak in, like we, because it's not only me, who says this. Okay. So the thing is that I would like to know you a little bit more. I
Sure.
would like to share this with the people from the chat box. They all love
Yep.
you.
Well,
Okay, and
thank
I
you.
thank you. And I created a small thing, maybe a PowerPoint or a
Yep.
keynote, okay, to
Yep.
share with you. Let's go to that, okay?
Sounds good. Yep.
Okay, this is it, okay? Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to set you, okay, okay. Now, please, you're going to be like talking, okay?
Okay.
You're so welcome, Bob. The chat box loves you. Okay, we are so happy to have you here. My questions for you. What is your daily life routine like?
Oh, so that's a little different depending on whether it's summer or whether it's winter. So because I'm a teacher, so I do have a job. I'm actually a high school teacher. I don't work during the months of July and August at school. So right now it's August still. So my routine right now is I get up fairly early. I go for a walk every morning. When I get back, Jen and I have breakfast. Jen is my wife. And then usually there's jobs to do either for my YouTube channel or for on the farm because we have a flower farm. And I usually try to figure out what I all need to do that day. And after breakfast, I usually get straight to work. If I need to record a video, I make the video. If I need to do some work on the farm with Jen, I'll do that right away. And I try to be done around 4 or 5 because generally in the summer, most days, because Jen is busy on the farm, I usually make supper. So yeah, that's basically my day in the summer. In the winter, it's a lot different. So in the winter, I'm up early, off to work usually by 7:30. I'm at work all day. When I come home, I have to do all my YouTube stuff usually at night or on the weekends. So it makes me very, very busy.
Oh, I imagine. I didn't know that you were good at cooking.
I didn't say I was good at cooking. I said I do the cooking. So yeah, it's one of the things where because Jen is really the farmer. Like I help a lot, but really the flower farm is Jen's business. And so I would say 90% of the work is done by Jen, 10% by me, depending on the day. Some days we both work quite hard on the farm, but definitely yeah, when Jen's really busy, then I need to take care of more things in the house. So that's no problem. And I'll tell you something, my dad used to say, I think it was my dad or my grandfather used to say, any man who really likes to eat should learn how to cook. Because then you always get what you want for supper. So if you feel like hamburgers and you don't know how to cook them, you're not going to have hamburgers that night. So.
No, yeah, we, of course. Okay. Well, next question is, when and why did you start learning, I mean, teaching English? I mean, how this, you know, because you are an English speaker. So when you started and why?
Yeah, so that's an interesting story. I'm actually a French teacher. So the job I do, that's what I do. I go to school and I teach French. I'm not a native French speaker though. French is a learned language for me. So I also teach computer studies. And at a certain point, I thought, in order to teach students how to make videos and to put them on YouTube, I should make a couple of videos and put them on YouTube. But I didn't want to make videos teaching people French because when I speak French, I have an accent and I'm not a native speaker. But I thought, I know how to teach a language. Why don't I make a few videos to teach people English and I'll put them on YouTube? And my plan was simply to learn how to make a video and learn how to put it on YouTube. I didn't have a long-term plan at that point to continue doing it. But I put a few videos up and people started watching them and started to leave comments. And so I thought, I'll keep doing it. So I kept doing it. So I think it helps a lot that I am a language teacher, even though professionally I don't teach English, but I did go to university to learn how to become a French language teacher. And all of those methods transfer to any language, right? When you teach a language. And I think because I learned French as a second language, I really know what it's like to learn a language. It's hard to learn a language.
Yes.
And so, yeah. And so I really rely on, that experience that I had as a French learner, as well as the skills that I developed to be a French teacher. And they all translate to hopefully some good lessons on YouTube. A lot of my YouTube videos the idea comes from me not knowing how to do that in French. So I think to myself, wow, if I had to do this in French, I don't know how to do it. I should make an English lesson and teach people how to do it. So sorry, I'm talking a lot. You can interrupt whatever you want, but I did a lesson on household items, right? Like the plunger for your toilet and things like that. That whole lesson I made because I didn't know any of those words in French. And I thought, well, if I don't know them in French, and I'm a fairly good French speaker, like I've been speaking French for a long time. If I don't know these words in French, I bet you a lot of people don't know them in English. And that video is very popular. People really like that video where I just show you everyday things around the house. So, yeah.
Yes, you know what, Bob, I am like, surprised, but it's of course is completely understandable that the most common phrases are sometimes the ones that you don't know when you are not using those phrases in your daily life, right? When you
Yes.
say the plunge, I didn't even know what a plunge was, right?
Right.
And in Spanish, for me, it's super easy, it's,
Yes.
yeah, because it's an everyday word, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't know how to say to snooze the button from the alarm clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
words are completely unknown, right? Because you don't know.
Yeah.
So one question, did you, I mean, imagine that you were about to get that recognition, that acceptance, that that many followers from the beginning, or it took time to get there?
Yeah. What's interesting is, so I've been a teacher for a long time, and for the most part, I think most of my students enjoy my classes. Not every student, but I think from teaching high school for that long, I knew that I don't want to say that I was good at it, but I think I knew how to do it in a way where I think people would appreciate it. That's probably a nice way to say it. I did not expect to grow as quickly as I grew on YouTube. I did not expect to get that many subscribers. I actually didn't know that there were that many people in the world interested in learning English until I heard on the radio, right when I was starting my channel around the same time, I heard on the radio that I think by 2020, by this year, there was going to be close to 2 billion people learning English in the world.
Oh
Um,
dear.
yeah, and not in school, you know, maybe some just learning it casually to go on a trip. And I don't know if there are actually 2 billion people learning English, but it suddenly made me realize there are a lot of people learning English, and YouTube is a very handy place to go to learn English. It's free. It's people make videos every day. People can show you their life, right? They can, instead of, instead of me drawing a picture of my van on the board and showing you all the parts, I can just make a video of me showing you my van.
That's fine.
YouTube's really cool, right? In that
Yeah.
sense. So, but back to your original question, no, I did not realize. I still have trouble believing that so many people watch my videos. It's a little bit shocking sometimes to think about that. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, tell me, tell me. I don't want to
No,
interrupt.
I think it's overwhelming a little bit. I'll tell you something. Sometimes I don't look at the number, because when I'm doing a live lesson and sometimes there's 600 or 700 people watching, I get a little bit nervous. It's better to think that there's not a lot of people watching, then I'm a little more relaxed, because I can't imagine, like, in real life what that looks like. It's a lot of people. So I try not to think about it too much, because I know I might look confident when I'm doing a lesson or when I'm doing a video, but it can be a little bit intimidating to know that so many people are watching.
Okay, Bob, let's continue, because maybe we are going to be lacking of time, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So, oh, do you have a dream? I mean, my question was, what do you keep dreaming about? But it's more like, what do you expect about life, about your professional, you know, outcome? And I don't know, what do you keep dreaming about?
Yeah, so you can see this because of what I do, but the thing that gives me the most joy in life, besides, kids and Jen and being married, that's the ultimate thing that gives me joy. But the thing that really motivates me is I like to make things. So I know some people, they'll dream of going on big trips, or they'll dream of being retired someday, or they'll dream of, having lots of money and having a fancy car. I really just like making stuff. I've always made stuff. And usually the things I make are on the internet. So a long time ago, I liked making web pages, and I like making videos, obviously. So do I have a grand dream in life? I think just to have a nice day every day is my big dream. And then I just like to make stuff. And I'll tell you this, my view on life is different now, because if you've watched a lot of my videos, you'll know that I had heart surgery a little over 2 years ago. So I had a valve in my heart that stopped working. And so I had heart surgery. And I think before that time, I was a lot more selfish, and I wanted a lot of stuff for me. And when you go through a major health problem and you come through on the other side very healthy, you're just thankful for every day. Every day to me is cool. I'm healthy. I can go for a walk. I can make a YouTube video. I can have breakfast with Jen and the kids. So I think when I was younger, I probably had big dreams to do amazing things and stuff. And now I'm quite content just to be healthy every day. It's very nice. If you're ever not healthy and then you are healthy again, you don't ever want to be unhealthy anymore. So I like every day.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Sometimes I feel like it's better to enjoy the ride, right? Because you don't know when and where it's going to stop, right? So maybe
Right.
we just enjoy the ride and doing it every day, you know, and with the little things, you can have
Yeah.
so much to be happy about, right? So
Yes.
yes, you're right. Next question is from Eva, one of our moderators from the Basque.
Cool.
Is that correct to say the Basque country? is it from Spain?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would
Oh,
say that she's from Spain. Yeah,
yes, she's from
maybe from the Basque region.
That's right. That's right. But I don't know why they say the Basque Country, but I wrote that, but I wasn't sure. But she's from Spain, and she asked me this question that you already answered, that if you speak French, right?
Yes.
Yes, and so you just said it, right?
Yes. Oui, je parle français. Et chaque semaine, je parle français avec quelqu'un qui s'appelle Marie. So each week, just so people know, when you're learning a language, it's a lifelong process. And so what I just said in French is that each week I actually speak French with a friend of mine named Marie. So every week, even though I already speak French quite fluently, I do need to practice French all the time. So I do it's a language exchange. So we speak French for half an hour because Marie is the native French speaker. And then we switch and we speak English for the second half of the hour. We've been doing that for a few months now. I just think it's incredibly important, if you speak more than one language, that you keep practicing both of them. So it's easy to practice the one that you have to speak for daily life. For me, I don't live in a French-speaking part of Canada. So it's important for me I do listen to French radio. I do listen to French podcasts. I do read most of my books in French. If I can buy a book that I want to read, if it's available in French, I will read the French version. I watch a lot of French television. So I just think it's important very much. So yes, I do speak French. I do teach French. And I'll tell people this as well, okay? I'm a French teacher. Je suis prof français. Je suis un prof de français. That was wrong. Je suis prof de français. It's good I made a mistake though, because what I wanted to say is, even though I'm a French teacher, when I speak French, I make mistakes, but I just speak it with confidence and I try to fix as many mistakes as I can. If you have people learning English who are feeling a little nervous about speaking English because they will make mistakes, anyone who speaks a language that they had to learn later in life, you'll make some mistakes. And you know what? Who cares? It's not a big deal. That's just the way it goes sometimes. No.
Bob, if I don't know, if anytime if you come to the decision to practice Spanish, please get me in. I want to be the one who practice with you.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. So, though, I appreciate the offer. There are people who can learn more than one language, and that is really hard for me. I just am amazed by people who speak 3, 4, or 5 languages. Because for me, I know English because I'm an English speaker. I learned French. When I try to learn a third language, it gets all mixed up in my head. So I'm just amazed when, I have cousins, distant cousins from Holland who can speak Dutch, and they can speak Frisian, which is another dialect in Holland, and they can speak English, and they can speak a little bit of Spanish. And I'm like, how do you know all these languages? But Europe is smaller, right? You can visit other countries easier. So that works.
Okay, let's continue because I'm worried about the time. Okay.
Sure.
This is from Russia, one of our friends from Russia.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Hello, Katy. Hello, Bob. First of all, I would like to say we are super, mega, extremely happy to have you here. Thank you very much. And I believe in justice in the world now, because before it was me always watching your videos. Now it's your turn. Please bear with me 1 minute. I don't have any questions about process of learning. For sure, we have to be patient, persistent and passionate, and to watch videos by Bob the Canadian. My question is more personal. So you are a well-known person in the internet world and in the world of English learning. So has it ever happened to you when you were on vacations and when you wanted to forget about work, about everything, but you were recognized by some English learner and they were whispering, yes, yes, it's him. And they came over to you asking a signature or to take a picture. So has it ever happened? Did you like it and would you like it to happen more often? So thank you very much. Thank you for this meeting and the opportunity to see you both together. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay, so
that's a good question. I'm going to go back though to the beginning part, and then I'll talk about the second part. I think it's really good that you mentioned that when you're learning English, that you need to be patient and you need to be passionate. It's not a fast process when you learn a language. I think a lot of people who are learning English, they want to learn it really quickly, and you can learn it fairly quickly if you have the time, but you certainly can't. I don't like videos that say, learn English in 3 weeks or take this course and you'll learn English in 30 days, because when you decide to learn a language, it's a really long process. But then the real question, have I ever been approached by anyone in public? No. So what's interesting is that not many people in Canada actually watch my videos, and I don't actually travel very much, especially now. So it hasn't happened. I have a lot of viewers in a lot of countries around the world, but I have not had that experience. I have had it with my own students at school, where high school students that I teach, they'll find my YouTube channel and they'll be like, oh, wow, you have a lot of subscribers. But I have not had it in public ever. Now, there's another thing that's interesting about me. I have what you would call a very generic face. I don't have a very, it's just a very common look. I'm just this normal Canadian guy, and I look like most other normal Canadian guys. I'm not Brad Pitt. I don't have this amazing look. I just have a round face, a little bit of a beard, a little bit of gray hair. I look like a lot of other people. So maybe people just don't recognize me. That's possible as well. But no, I haven't had it. And you also asked, would I enjoy it if it did happen? I probably wouldn't. I love teaching on YouTube. I love doing live lessons on YouTube, but I'm not a very, I'm not a very outgoing public person. Like I would feel a little bit like, I don't know, like it's too much attention. I'm a very private person most of the time. So I think if I went somewhere and there was a bunch of people that knew me, I'd be like, oh, and a little bit scared. If it was 1 or 2 people, I would be super happy to just talk to them. But if it was a crowd, I would be like, it's too much. So no, maybe someday if I travel, we'll see. But I have not had that experience yet.
thank you very much. Next question.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Katie.
Now this is Roberto. This is Roberto from Italy, another excellent friend. His question is a little bit, more, okay? How can we speed up our ability to listen and respond quickly? You can only go through this very quickly because we have more, but if you find something interesting to talk about, just go. So how can we speed up? In one of your videos, you said that to make your speech easier to understand, you speak a little lower than average. In which ways do you think this helps students? In my opinion, it helps a lot because then our minds can keep up with what is being said. And the last one, according to you, what is the best way to learn conversational English? Oh, okay. Too much. This is too much.
No, this is good. So in terms of speed, there's a couple of things. One is if you're having conversations with just one person and it's the same person all the time, that's not the best way to do it. So if you get an English tutor and you meet with the same tutor for a year, that's awesome. But you should add some variety because different people speak different speeds. In terms of increasing your ability to listen, I would just speed up any video that you're listening to. Listen to it once at normal speed and then speed it up. And then mentioning the fact that I speak a little slower than normal. Like right now, you could tell I was actually talking a little too quickly, and then I
Yes, I was
paced
about
myself to
say,
slow
I
down.
was about to
Yeah.
say.
So that's another thing that you can do, especially with my videos and other people's videos, is you can speed them up. So you can listen to them once, slow down a little bit, and then listen to them again faster. And then just the last thing in how to be quicker at conversations. That's just something that comes with practice. I'm a firm believer that if you do anything for long enough, you'll get really good at it. If you can stick to it and keep doing it. So sometimes people have, they'll have an English class where they'll have a 10-minute conversation with their teacher once a week, and they'll do that for a year, and they'll wonder why their conversation speed isn't faster. And the reason is because you need more. You need more than 10 minutes a week. So however you can get into as many English conversations as you can. That's the best way to speed up. I know sounds simple, but it really is true.
Yeah, in the chat box, we usually have these meetings where we join like for about 1 hour maybe, and
Yep.
we get together with some people, like 10, maybe 8, sometimes a little bit more, and then we split in breakout rooms, and we
Yep.
give a topic and we talk. So I think this is helping a lot.
That's a great idea. That's great, because then you're with slightly different people every time, right? So that's good. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe one day you can jump in just for 1 second and say, hello, everybody. And then
Okay.
just maybe, because they will be like, wow, Bob.
Yeah. So here's how we'll do that. I'll say, no, that will never happen. And then I'll say,
No, that's right. Yes.
No, wait. And then send me a message later. So don't tell anyone. Okay?
No.
But yeah, that would be fun. You let me know sometime. Okay, next question.
Next question. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
No problem.
Question is
Hi friends, hi Kathy, hi Bob. Well, this time I will not make a question. I want to say that I enjoy a lot your videos, Bob, because your English is very understandable for me, and I like a lot the way you used to explain us a specific vocabulary. The videos about farming, grocery, restaurants are really very useful for me. And the ones about phrasal verbs acted out are much more easy to understand. But also something remarkable is that the surroundings where you record them are so nice that it's a pleasure to see them. So I want to say thanks a lot, and especially for giving us the opportunity for having you here.
So this one was only, a recognition. It was some nice words.
Well, thank you for that. I'll just mention one thing, that I try really hard to make good videos, but one thing that I'm really excited to do most of the time is to just be outside. I didn't realize at the beginning how much people like that. Here's a little secret. One of the reasons I started recording videos outside was because Jen and I have 5 kids, and it's really loud in our house. And so I went outside because it's quiet out there. But from the very first video, where I think it might be raining a little bit, people were very excited to see a little part of Canada and where I live. So I just kept doing it. So I'm glad that you enjoy the videos, but also I'm happy that I can share a little bit of the outdoors with everybody.
Yeah, yes, this is, you know, stunning views, and also it's peaceful, right? It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
It's not peaceful in the house sometimes.
Yes, that's right. Okay, now it's going to be Matt. Matt is one, you know, excellent. He's an English teacher as well.
Cool.
He's from California, okay? And, you know, he has this place called YouTube channel,
Yep.
the Spoken English Code. Very nice, right? He just said, what would you recommend a learner do if they want to really focus on their understanding of native speakers, right? Because it's different, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So what's key is this, and I'm just going to talk about accents a little bit, is make sure that you are listening primarily to people who are from the area where you want to learn the accent of. Sorry, that was a bad way to say it. If you are living in Australia or planning to move to Australia, make sure you are filling your listening with a lot of Australian speakers. If you're moving to Britain, make sure you're listening to a lot of British speakers. One of the advantages that I have is that the Canadian accent is very neutral. It's similar to an American accent, but it's I think a lot easier to understand. I think Canadians, there's nothing exciting about Canadian English, but there's nothing difficult about Canadian English. It's a very normal sounding English. But I would say for an English learner, if you're planning to go work in another country where and you're learning English to be able to go work there, or to study in another country, make sure you're filling your listening with people with that accent. I think that's critical. So that when you get there, I mean, people often ask, you know, why should I listen to your video? I'm never going to move to Canada. And I always say, you're right. If you're planning to move to the Southern United States, you can watch my videos to learn a few things, but you should really be watching English lessons from someone who has a little bit of that accent. It's not a waste to watch videos of people with different accents, but you do want to fill your listening time with people with the accent that's closest to what you really need to know for everyday life, for sure. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Bob, yes. But you know what? I have something to say here in this topic. Is that when you learn Spanish, for example, you also need to go to Spain to learn the formal Spanish, right? And then if you want to learn Spanish from an Argentinian person, I wouldn't recommend, because Argentinian people speak mostly in a different way. So it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
exactly. So when I hear you, right, your accent and the way you speak, for me it's more like neutral, right?
Yeah.
So more like, you know, everything. Okay, the same happens with another teacher. You know, I think you know him, is a very close friend of us. It's even an administrator of my group, a
Yep.
Facebook group, is Christian Sanders. He's from
Oh,
Australia.
yeah.
You know
Yep.
him, right? Christian
Yep.
Sanders. And he speaks, you know, in a way that everyone can understand him, right? It's the
Yes.
same with you.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right. Okay, can we move?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can keep going. I got a bit more time, so don't
Oh,
worry too
thank
much
you,
about time.
because it was about
Yep.
to end. Okay,
No,
so
we're
the
good.
next question, it's only two more, okay?
Yep.
Hello, dear Traffic friends. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Bob. How's it going? A real pleasure to be here asking you things about your YouTube channel. Let's get started. So, how do you cope when someone is not polite enough? You know that some people can be nasty and rude, making comments. Did you ignore them? Did it happen? Okay. On the other hand, how do you manage to be comfortable, so comfortable and relaxed in your videos? It's something really curious because you look happy and really relaxed. Okay, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye bye.
Yeah, so I'll tell you how I handle comments that seem rude. So they do happen from time to time, but I don't know if everyone's familiar with the English phrase, the benefit of the doubt. So I give everyone the benefit of the doubt because I feel like everyone making a comment on my channel is learning English. So if they say something rude, I just assume maybe they didn't know the right way to say it. So instead of thinking, wow, this person is rude, that's not a nice thing to say, I usually think maybe they just didn't know how to say it nicely. Maybe they didn't know that what they were saying is rude. And I don't correct them. I just answer them nicely. I usually just, if I read a comment that's a little bit rude, like I'll give you an example. Sometimes in my videos, people who watch, they'll say, a recent comment was, Bob, your face looks fat. Like your face looks fat, which is kind of a rude thing to say. But I always in my mind think maybe the person wanted to say, Bob, it looks like you're putting on a little bit of weight, or Bob, are you eating healthy? And so I usually respond and say, you know, you're right. I haven't been exercising lately. I do look a little bit overweight. So I try to use a less rude way to respond to the comment. So, and then to answer your second question, I've taught high school for over 20 years. So I'm very used to being in front of people. I'm used to talking in front of people, but I'm still quite nervous when I talk to the camera. So even though I look very relaxed, it does take me a while to relax. Sometimes I'm in a hurry when I'm making the video and I have to calm down. So usually I just pretend that I'm talking to a person. Sounds kind of silly, but I pretend the camera, I try to pretend it's a person and I'm just talking to one person, and that helps a lot. I don't think about the fact that thousands of people might watch the video. I just think I'm just talking to one person. That person needs a little bit of help. I'm just helping one person. That relaxes me quite a bit. So those are good questions, by the way. I like those questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, but you've been more than helpful. Okay, and this is the last thing. Okay.
Hello, dear Traffic friends.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Bob. Thank you very much. Okay, please come in sometime whenever is, to visit us and share your dreams with us. Share everything. If you go to the chat box, you will see that from time to time we share your videos. They become so full of comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is one there are even more than 200 comments.
Oh, wow.
They become bunks. Bunks, is that correct to say? It's something that is too much? I don't know if it's bunk.
Yeah, you could say it blows up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
Yeah, or it's just very popular. That would be a good way to do it. So.
Yeah, they become very popular. So maybe you know that. But the most important is that we can meet you now. The person, not only the teacher, right? Is the person. You're so kind, Bob. And that is what you
thank
show.
you.
That is what you show when you're talking, right? Okay, Bob, I am going to let you go now. I don't know. I'm going to put you, let me do something. Wait, I am going to set you as that, like that. Okay, so you are now in first, you are on the spot.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on the spot. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much, Katty, for having me. This was a lot of fun. I do like doing this. So when I have time in the future, I don't mind doing it again. It is fun just to chat a little bit. I know that in my videos, I try really hard to teach more than Sometimes I cut parts of the video out because I'm talking too much about me. And I want to make sure the video is very efficient and teaches a good lesson in a short amount of time. So it's fun just to sit and just talk for a little bit. So it's fun. So thank you very much for having me.
No, I am the one who is thankful. Okay. So Bob, I'm going to let you go now. Thank you very much. I hope you have a nice weekend. And I hope
You
to
too.
see you soon sometime. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see you again sometime. Bye.
Bye.